Hello guys, Leela here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm an American who is living in Hamburg, Germany, working in Hamburg after being a student for 2 years in Germany. And yeah, right now I'm in California though. I'm halfway through my month here in California, and I've been experiencing kind of reverse culture shock, I guess, and I've been acting like a German. And I'm going to explain what I mean by that. I have 15 points here that I've written down that I've been acting like a German. Yeah, it's kind of funny, kind of embarrassing stories. Just like acting strange, not acting American. Anyways, so I'll get to that. First, I want to thank Italki for sponsoring this video. If you guys don't know, I've been using Italki for a couple years. I also found my language exchange partners on Italki. Yeah, that's a huge point in language learning. I now can speak pretty fluently with my coworkers, and I can thank my university classes, but also Italki. I took 1 semester on Italki. 19 hours on Italki equals 1 semester of language learning classes. So I went through my textbook with an Italki teacher, and Italki is doing a raffle right now. They're giving away to 40 lucky winners who take their first lesson in September will get 3 months of free Italki classes worth 305 euros. So I really recommend it if you're thinking about taking a German speaking class or any other language. There's over 150 languages on Italki. The link will be down below, and these are one-on-one personalized lessons. So you can customize the lesson however you want. You can tell the teacher what is your weak points. That's why I really liked it, because for me, my weak points I know for sure is grammar, and yeah, German grammar is like crazy insane. So I found a really good teacher on there, and we spent a whole semester's worth of time. I spent 3 months with this Italki teacher. You'll find native speakers on there, so you'll learn how to speak like a real German. And the great thing about Italki is you can do it wherever you want. I was in Germany and I knew I was going to come home for the summer, so I decided to get an Italki teacher. That was my B1 teacher. I did that for a whole summer while I was in California, because in Germany at the time I could not find any intensive classes during that time, and I couldn't find any in California. So that's why I chose Italki, because it was just super convenient. You can schedule your classes whenever you want. And so if you want to get $5 off when you spend $10, I'll also put my code down below. The code is LILA for Lila. I'm gonna also sign up myself soon here, because I want to work on my accent practice. So you can find experts on there for anything. So yeah, I want to sound like a German. I want to get rid of my American accent. German has this melody to it, and it's like the opposite melody of American English. Information will be down below. And yeah, I encourage you guys to sign up and try it out. Daumen drücken. I'm pressing my thumbs for you to be one of the lucky winners for this 3 months free of language classes with Italki. English, that would be I'm crossing my fingers for you. So good luck. When you're learning another language, you don't just learn the language, you're learning the culture as well, and how people speak in the culture, and just the greetings, that's part of culture. So one difference, which is the funniest one that I keep doing, I can't stop, it's like I'm laughing so hard to myself, it's when I'm shopping here in California, Southern California here, like I think I was buying some underwear at H&M, and so I was checking out, and the guy told me, all right, have a great day, and I was like, thank you, bye-bye, and I was like, oh god. And he's just like, like he said nothing back, and I was like, oh god, I said bye-bye. And I realized why I said that. At least in Hamburg and Oldenburg, where I've lived, we say tschüss when we're saying bye. Let me know down below, is tschüss, is that all of Germany? I know moin is just north, but what about tschüss? I have a lot of German watchers, so let me know. So that was embarrassing, because we don't say bye in person in stores usually. You say bye-bye on the phone. If you're getting off the phone with an American person, you'll say, all right, bye-bye. So that's kind of similar to the German tschüss. Yeah, but we don't do that. So I kept doing this, and it was so embarrassing. And then I went shopping again the other day, and I'm like done, and she's like, have a great day. And I was like, thank you, bye-bye. Stop saying that. And I just could not stop saying that. So the German tschüss has just been engraved into my head now. I can't stop. That's a problem. But it's okay. I mean, it's just kind of strange and awkward. It makes the person probably feel a little like, eh, that's weird. Oh, did you see what I did there? I just said, heh. That's a German thing. Didn't do that before I lived in Germany. I would have said like, huh? Not heh. The A with the 2 dots. Second one is, oh my god, the credit card thing. My boyfriend has a really funny story. Too bad he's not here to tell this story. I'll tell it for him though. Because I'm doing it now, like I'm acting like a German. So in Germany, when you're checking out, you have to tell the cashier if you're paying with a credit card, because she has to press a special button that then will be able to accept your credit card. In the US, you don't need to tell the cashier that you're paying with a credit card. You just stick the credit card in, and then you can do it while she's scanning your stuff. Or, I mean, now it's with a touch to tap to pay, which we didn't have that actually a couple years ago in California, so I'm still kind of figuring it out, like, can I tap to pay early? I don't know this yet. The US was kind of slow on this tap to pay compared to Germany. Anyways, you can just pay and you don't need to tell the cashier that you have a credit card. And so what I'm doing now is I'm showing the girl my credit card, and she's like she's wondering, why am I showing my credit card? And I was like, oh yeah. And then I just go to pay, and I keep having, there's this moment of me holding the credit card showing her, and I'm like, I gotta stop doing that, because yeah, you don't need to do that in California. So it's pretty funny. And then my boyfriend, his funny story was him and his roommate, who are from Germany, who both had an internship in Southern California. In the beginning, they didn't know that, so they kept telling the cashiers that they would like to pay with credit card, and the cashier's like, okay. They realized it after, I think, the third time, where the cashier was like, all right, why are you telling me? So yeah, I've kind of got that too. Speaking of cashier differences, yeah, this one was also really shocking to me, is being back with the customer service. Ah, it's so nice. I missed it. I think when you don't have it for a long time, you start missing it. It gives you kind of a good mood when someone else has this good mood, and they're like, so how's your day going? And I know Germans are always like, it's fake, but no, like they genuinely have conversations with you. At least in my city where I'm living, the cashiers just generally have a full-on conversation. They want to know what you were doing, what are you up to, what are you going to use these ingredients for. They're just want to know about your life, and I didn't used to appreciate it, and now I do. Yeah, because the cashiers in Germany, I mean, a lot of them are very, very kind, but a lot of them are not that, and like they scan really fast, and you have to be super fast, and it's like rush, and you have to, you know, pack your own groceries. So now, like, that's another habit of mine where I'm acting like a German, is I'm packing my own groceries. And the cashiers, I think I make them feel uncomfortable because I'm packing my own groceries, and they're like, ugh, because they have a special way that they like to pack the groceries, where it's like, you know, fruits in one bag, frozen things in one bag, and I'm just like putting everything all together. And this one girl, I was at Trader Joe's. By the way, I've missed Trader Joe's so much. I know you guys, a lot of you are saying, yeah, a German owns Trader Joe's, but why isn't there Trader Joe's in Hamburg, or I don't know, anywhere I've lived, I've never seen a Trader Joe's. So why does a German own it and doesn't bring it to Germany with everything that is Trader Joe's? Customer service. So I was bagging my stuff. There was a guy there who was helping me bag my groceries. It's like, so I tried to like get him from him. He's like, no rush, we have time. And I was like, okay. Like, that was so weird for me, for someone, like a cashier, to tell me, no rush. I miss that. I just miss the chillness of Southern California. I've traveled to Wisconsin before, I've traveled to New York, and I mean, okay, New York was a little different. New Yorkers speak much louder than Californians. That's a whole different thing. But I miss the customer service. Also, I've been shocked by the helpfulness when I'm looking around, and when a worker in the grocery store notices that I'm not sure what I'm looking for, they'll ask me, hi ma'am, would you like some help finding something? And I missed this. I also never appreciated this before, and I love it so much, because then I'm like, yes, actually, I'm trying to find this, and then they know exactly where it is. Like, oh, that's an aisle this, and just turn down this, and then they just know where things are. In Germany, you're struggling. No one's gonna ask you if you need help when you're struggling. So yeah, maybe I liked it in the beginning when I'm in Germany, because no one's bothering me, because I used to think it was like getting bothered, but I so appreciate it now. I had to go to the dentist, which, by the way, I'm gonna be needing to get a surgery, I guess. Well, here in California, it would be a surgery. I'm still confused about this. So let me know down below if you're German, or if you're a foreigner in Germany who's had your wisdom teeth taken out, because I have to get my wisdom teeth out, because now I have pain back here every time water touches back here, because there's like a hole in my gums, because I guess the wisdom tooth is coming out. So my dentist here told me that I'm gonna need to see a oral surgeon and get my wisdom teeth taken out. And I asked him like, oh, okay. I'm like, I'm only here for 20 days, so I think I have to do this in Germany. And he's like, yeah, 20 days, I don't think that's enough time. And I asked him, do you recommend going to sleep? And he's like, yeah, I would go to sleep. And I was like, oh, okay. And that's just standard here. Ever since I'm in high school, I knew everyone I knew who was getting their wisdom teeth out always go to sleep. And then I asked my boyfriend, he's like, I think you can be awake for that. And I was like, what? And then I asked my other German friends, and they were all awake, and they said their dentist took out their wisdom teeth. And so there's like all these shocking things, and then the price difference, oh my gosh, because here it's standard when you get your wisdom teeth out, it's going to cost about $1,500 or $2,000 to get your wisdom teeth out. I heard from them that your public health insurance covers this because it's such a common surgery that they cover it. You don't have to pay anything to get this out as long as you don't get put to sleep, which is why, maybe that's why most Germans just do it awake, or just, my boyfriend said, yeah, there's no reason to go to sleep if they can do it in the office. And like, what? So let me know if you know of someone you recommend who does the surgery really well. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna do it awake, which is so crazy for me. I never considered that before. I think I heard it's like 150 to 300 euros if you want to go to sleep in Germany. So just the price is insane. And yeah, I'm a little scared though. Like, what? Why would the US have everyone go to sleep? Oh, I've been putting the toilet seat lid down, which I didn't do before because our toilets are totally different here. My boyfriend here, when he was living in Southern California, he described it as like pulling the plug on like a full tank, and you like pull the plug and then the water just kind of like goes slowly down. And that's kind of how it is here. Compared to Germany, you push the flush button and it just like water gets sprayed and it's like crazy, and that's like makes sense why you put the toilet seat down, because it's just like crazy how much water is getting splashed in there. Here the water there's no splashing. It just, when you flush, the water goes just in a circle and just goes down, and there's no noise. It's just circle down the drain. There is no splashing. So yeah, I don't know if it's necessary to put the toilet seat lid down here, but I've been doing it because my boyfriend got me in a habit of doing this. Next is I was needing help on figuring out why I get this like rash on my neck. And in Germany, it's totally normal to ask the pharmacist for advice because a lot of times all of the medicine is behind the counter and you have to get your access to the medicine, you have to go through to the pharmacist. And here, all of our medicine in the grocery stores is just out in the open and you can just grab it. You don't need to speak to a pharmacist. So that's why growing up, I never talked to the pharmacist when I needed medicine. I would just Google it, or I would just like ask my mom, what do I need? And she would just know. And yeah, so, but in Germany, you ask the pharmacist for advice and they give you really good advice. And it's like, wow, they give you things I never would have found on Google or by asking my friends. So here I tested it out for the first time. I asked the pharmacist, because I told her I found on Google something about an antifungal cream. I thought maybe it's like a fungal thing. I wasn't sure. So I asked the pharmacist if she recommends a special type of cream for this. And she's like, I wouldn't use fungal. I would use cortisone cream, which is like this anti-itch cream. And I never would have thought of that because I thought that's just like temporary. I thought I needed something that would actually treat. And she's like, no, cortisone will help. And she's like, I'm pretty sure. And she's like, just try that first. And I was like, okay. And I tried it and it made the rash go away within 24 hours. So yeah, so asking the pharmacist is now a thing that's part of my practice now, thanks to Germany. Thank you, Germany. At restaurants, I got used to always ordering a drink even when I didn't want to order a drink, because you just noticed, for me it was just my perception was that the waitress I don't know, I feel like the waitress was always disappointed when we asked for sink water, tap water. I forget how you ask for tap water because I just stopped asking for tap water. And when I first moved to Germany, I would always ask for tap water because I didn't want to pay for a drink if I just want water, and I like the taste of the water. But then I think maybe it was some YouTube comments who shared it with me that said, don't go to a restaurant if you can't afford to buy a drink or something. And that was kind of this new mindset I never had before. It was like, oh, it's rude not to order a drink? I forget where I heard that. Let me know if you agree with that down below. Like, do you feel rude if you don't order a drink in a restaurant and if you ask for sink water or just the free water? In Germany, I mean, or Europe. Yeah, so I just got used to that. I would always just order something random. I don't know, some kind of juice usually, because I don't like alcohol really most of the time. So here I went to a restaurant and I asked for a drink. I wanted to order tap water, but something stopped me and I was like, can I please get an apple juice? Even though I didn't want it. But then he said he didn't have it and I was like, oh, okay, can I please get tap water? And he's like, sure, no problem. And he was so happy to give me this free water, and like, oh, I miss that so much. This happiness of serving you. Okay, he did ask me like 2 times while eating if everything was okay. So the 2 times, not so necessary. The 1 time is fine. There's some things I miss about American culture, then other times it's like, okay, yeah, 1 time's enough. 3 times. I got asked 3 times the other day when I was shopping for new jeans but they didn't know that there was like 3 people in the store. They didn't know that they each had already asked me. So then the 3rd person asked me and I was like, thank you, no thank you. Like, yeah, things that just wouldn't happen in Germany, or very rarely would that happen in Germany. Okay, yeah, so I went into the dentist office and he asked if I have the vaccine. I was like, oh yeah, I have my vaccine passport on my phone. Do you want to see it? And he's like, what? And then I was like, oh, does California or does the US not have these proof of vaccines? Because you just we have like a barcode that you get at least in Hamburg. That's how it works. After you got your vaccines, you can scan the paper and then it uploads into this app, and then you can just show every time you go to a gym or a restaurant your like proof of vaccine. And he's like, no, we don't have anything like that. Okay, so that was like a German maybe mindset, is like, I care about you, so let me show you my proof. That's not a thing here. Oh gosh, okay, this one's not a positive for Germany, but I accidentally opened up my weather app last week to Hamburg on accident, thinking I'm opening up Los Angeles, and I saw that in the next week there was gonna be 4 days of rain, and I was like, no. And then I was like, wait, this is Los Angeles. That would be very strange during the summer. And then I realized I'm looking at Hamburg and not Los Angeles. So then I switched the weather and I see it's sunny every day for the next 11 days. Like typical summer weather. I don't know what happened in Hamburg this year, but we just got such a terrible summer. I heard from my boyfriend though that it's been sunny the last few days, but yeah, it was just, that's like so mean. Like, I feel like we got scammed of summer in Hamburg. So yeah, I feel really bad for everyone. And I can see why the mood isn't so good. And like, if you have no sun all the time, I had this, like, it affected my mood. So it's been nice to get some vitamin D, some sun. It does make your mood so much better. So it's tough. Like, I won't lie. It has been a tough year in Hamburg. The cloudiness has totally affected my mood. And the lockdown did not help. We had like a hardcore more than 6 months lockdown most of the year. So I'm looking forward to this next year, and hopefully things stay open and hopefully the numbers stay low as they have been. And anyways, next is the water. I've missed the water here. My hair is so much softer and it like brings the waves into my hair. In Germany, I don't know what it is, but every time I shower my hair in Hamburg, like my hair just feels so sticky and like just frizzy, and I don't like it. So I want to see if there's some kind of filter for the shower in Hamburg. I've read there's some on Amazon, but the ratings are really mixed. Like these cheap things from China that filter the water. It's like a shower head that filters. Let me know down below, because I know Germany water has a lot of, I think it's like called chalk or something. It's like this white powder, and I've noticed it too, like on dishes and stuff, like this white powder stuff. So I think that maybe is why. Next is reality show differences. This is like really random difference. And I also prefer the reality shows here because the music in the background that is used in the US is, they don't have words. There's no singing in the music choices here. Here on the reality shows, they always choose instrumental music. So Germany in the reality shows, they choose just like random popular songs, and it's just kind of strange. And also the microphones on German reality shows are always showing, and they look like a little necklace, and it's like a little poofy ball, and that's the microphone. And then here you don't see the microphone. So I've just noticed like the production maybe is, I don't know if that's like a production is higher in the US, or I don't know. but I find it really distracting, the German reality shows, compared to, like, I'm watching, for example, The Bachelorette right now. Here on the reality shows, the people narrate, so they'll just tell stories of what's going on and how they feel. And then in German reality shows, they have a narrator, this guy who is narrating what's going on. So that's different too. Also, thank you for all of your comments on my last video where you guys shared your opinion on what freedom means to you, and that was really interesting, and I think you guys hit the nail on the head there. It's your freedom until it affects someone else. And about the voting stuff, I think someone on Instagram asked me that about the voting. I've just been kind of following it, just not super intensely. I'm not super interested in politics, but I'm interested in like what's going on and who's gonna be the next person to govern Germany. I'm very curious. And yeah, sorry I'm not the biggest political person, so that's why I don't really talk about that too much on my channel. But by the way, I've had coffee. If you're watching me well, you should be able to tell the videos when I have coffee and when I don't. If I sound pretty fast and hyper and confident, chances are I've had coffee. Okay, I'm gonna save the rest of this for my next video, and yeah, hope you guys liked this video, and let me know your thoughts down below. Hope you guys are doing good, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Also, thank you guys so much to my Patreon supporters. If you want to join my Patreon page, I'll link that down below. Bye!